Focus to the other big story that we're tracking. There's now a new flashpoint between India and Canada. A Canadian panel chaired by Commissioner Marie-Josée Hogue has released its final report on what it calls foreign interference in Canada's federal election. Nearly a year and a half of strained ties between India and Canada, Canada has once again provoked India by accusing India of meddling in the Canadian democratic process. In fact, the Canadian Commission has submitted a 123-page report in which it is said that after China, India is the second most involved country in interfering with Canadian elections. The report also included details on how Pakistan attempted to covertly influence Canadian federal politics before the 2019 federal election to advance its interests. Ms. Hogue, in her report, has also claimed that there were legitimate concerns about Canadian parliamentarians potentially having problematic relationships with foreign officials, exercising poor judgment, behaving naively, and displaying questionable ethics. However, she stated that she did not find any evidence of parliamentarians conspiring with foreign states against Canada. The Commission's report also alleged that India is the second most active country engaged in electoral foreign malpractice or foreign interference in Canada. While clearing its own lawmakers of any wrongdoing, the Commission equated India and China and said that both countries were critical actors on the world stage. It said that Canada and India have worked together for decades, but there are challenges in the relationship. Many of these are long-standing and inform India's foreign interference activities. The report also accused India of spreading disinformation about the killing of Hardeep Singh Niijar and using that as a form of interference. Let's listen in to some political reactions.
It is one of my most important observations. Our democratic institutions have remained robust in the face of attempted foreign interference. Although a few situations involving attempts to curry favor or develop problematic relationship with a parliamentarian have come to light, such phenomena remain marginal and so far appear to have been largely ineffective. Some may have benefited from the support of a foreign state, sometimes without knowing anything about it. But again, so far, this does not seem to have led to any real gains for the states involved. Nor have I seen any evidence to suggest that there are currently so-called traitors in Parliament. While I saw evidence of some concerning behavior, the evidence does not show any MPs plotting with foreign states against Canada's interests.
Now, India has straightaway rejected the Commission's report, which comes amid a strain in ties between Ottawa and New Delhi. In a strong rebuttal, the Ministry of External Affairs has attempted to turn the tables on Canada. The statement reads, and I quote, "We have seen a report about the alleged activities on purported interference. It is in fact Canada which has been consistently interfering in India's internal affairs. This has also created an environment for illegal migration and organized criminal activities. We reject the report's insinuations on India and expect that the support system enabling illegal immigration will not be further countenanced." India had provided Canadian authorities with security information on members of several criminal gangs, including the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, and requested the arrest of these individuals. There are at least 26 extradition requests that are pending with the Canadian authorities. The main requests are for Babar Khalsa International member Lakhbir Singh Sandhu, alias Landa, who's originally from Taran Taran in Punjab. There's a reward of 15 lakh rupees on his head. He's accused of orchestrating an attack on the Punjab Police Intelligence headquarters in Mohali. Landa's aide, Arshdeep Singh Gill, or Arsh Dalla, is also based in Canada and is linked to the Khalistan Tiger Force. The Home Ministry had tagged him an individual terrorist in 2023. He's wanted for running drugs and weapons. Another accused wanted by the agency is Canada-based Satwinderjeet Singh, alias Goldie Brar, who's an accused in the killing of Pradeep Kumar, a Dera Sacha Saula follower in Faridkot in November 2022. He also has deep links with Lawrence Bishnoi and the alleged involvement in criminal activities in India. The biggest name is Gurpantwant Singh Pannu, who's the chief of Sikhs for Justice, SFJ. He was booked by the NIA in 2020 along with Hardeep Singh Niijar. He openly spews hate and venom against India and Indian government and creates communal disharmony on social media, while Canada hides behind the technicality that Pannu is a dual citizen, both of US citizenship and Canadian citizenship. Despite India's strong protests, Pannu has not been censured, let alone being extradited to India. Let me go across to my colleague Sanjay Suri, who's joining us live. Sanjay, so this report that's been put out by Ms. Hogue, it does say that while there is no evidence of any direct foreign interference, it does also say that on the Niijar case, it continues to press with the allegation that was made by Mr. Trudeau more than a year and a half ago that there are credible allegations of links of Indian agents in the murder of Niijar. We don't see any evidence which substantiates that claim. What are we to make of that?
In fact, Zakka, in that report on page 6, this is a 123-page report, and as early as page 6, the report acknowledges, although interestingly it does so within parentheses, that no evidence has emerged of India's involvement in the killing of Niijar. This one line put within brackets on page 6 is perhaps one of the most telling aspects of the report so far as the Indian government is concerned. There has been a long-running dispute over this more than anything else between India and Canada. That report points to the fact that there are credible allegations, and it repeats the government's line and Trudeau's line that there have been credible allegations, and then it adds this line in parentheses to say that no evidence has emerged of the involvement of the Indian government in that killing. This is some indication that the report really is acknowledging something that the Indian government has been saying for a while, and let's not forget that incident happened in June of 2023 and we are now in January of 2025. So the report's acknowledgement of that certainly would be interesting for the Indian government.
So Sanjay, what happens now? We know that the Liberal Party is in a race to find a new leader. He or she will be the Prime Minister of Canada for the next 5 or 6 months. There are elections due latest by October, and going by current polls, the Conservatives are on course for a landslide win. And Mr. Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party, is expected to be the next Prime Minister. Is this an opportunity for a genuine reset of ties between India and Canada, or has that ship sailed way past?
Well, that ship hasn't sailed. In politics, ships never sail past a point. And clearly, this is the time, as you say, for a reset. The elections may not happen as late as October of this year, by when they're due. It's very likely that they may happen fairly soon, and this is going to come very likely close upon the election of a new Liberal leader, and that's due about 6 weeks from now. So this is an occasion also when the Indian government has to make some effective communication within the Conservative Party, and let's not forget that Poilievre cancelled that Diwali dinner. So there are elements and officials within the Canadian system, within the Canadian government, that have been briefing leaders, briefing members of parliament on the situation as they see it. There are intelligence agencies involved in such briefing necessarily. Therefore, it's quite a significant moment between India and Canada when this juncture can become a potential turning point to try and convince Poilievre, certainly to put the case across to him and to his colleagues within the Conservative Party, that the Indian government has taken a certain position, that it has in fact taken action against an individual when it has had to, but that no evidence has emerged, as this report acknowledges.
All right, Sanjay Suri, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us.